Hello everyone, welcome to Matchday 1 video predictions on my channel. And the World Cup is starting in a matter of hours, less than 24 hours in fact. So let's get on to the predictions. Let's start with the first game, New Zealand versus Norway. The hosts haven't really been in a good run of form coming into this World Cup. Norway are the favourites to finish first. I've got two scores in mind. I think Norway will score two, and do I go for 2-1 or 2-2? I think I'll go for 2-1 to Norway. Could maybe change my mind later down the road. And then Australia versus Republic of Ireland. Australia, uh, they've got a great striker in Sammy Kerr. A Republic of Ireland first World Cup here. As you might have seen, I've predicted Australia to have a surprising run. What do I think for this game? Something on the lines of 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. I'll say Australia keep a clean sheet, and I will say I'll just about go 3-0. But maybe it's going to be a closer game than the or implies. And now Nigeria versus Canada. I think Nigeria are a good underdog for this group. Canada will look to fight for that first place spot. They almost went with a 2-1 win for Canada, but I'm going to say 2-2. I think Nigeria have enough to maybe get something here. And now for the Philippines versus Switzerland. I'm going for a Switzerland win. I'll say 4-0. And now let's go to Spain versus Costa Rica in New Zealand. I don't really know anything about Costa Rica. I think Spain are going to create a lot of chances and I'm going for a 4-0 victory. USA versus Vietnam. I don't know what to expect with Vietnam, but I know that they were one of the teams that qualified here without having to go through any kind of playoff system. So I won't write them off too quickly, but they are the weakest team in the group. And the USA, they've still got some very good players, and Rapinoe and Morgan are still playing. I'll go for a 5-0 to the USA. And now Zambia versus Japan. I think these two will fight it out to see who finishes in the knockouts in the advancing positions with Spain. My first thoughts was a Japan victory. Zambia have been looking good recently. So for recently, probably since a few weeks ago, I've had this down as a 1-1 draw. And now let's look at England's first game. Probably the game I'm most anticipated for this match day, for obvious reasons. They face Haiti, who I don't think any of us really expected Haiti to qualify for this World Cup, and they even beat Chile, who were at the last World Cup. So I wouldn't completely write them off in terms of their chances to advance, but this first game is going to be difficult for them. I think it'll be at least 3-0, perhaps 4 or 5-0 for England. I'm thinking this is one of these games where it's 1-0 and it takes a bit of time before England can get more goals. I'll go 5-0. I'd imagine England might get at least one penalty as well. And then Denmark versus China. Obviously, this is a big game for both of them. But a win could decide what happens for either side in terms of, or in fact for the group as a whole. Seeing as Denmark play England next, you'd imagine there are more of a desperation to get a win here. I think they're slightly the better team. China, I do believe they're going to have the crowd behind them. Doesn't really impact my thinking too much, but my thoughts is a 1-1 draw. Now for Sweden versus South Africa. Sweden, very good team. South Africa, Africa Cup of Nations champions. Do I think South Africa have enough? I'm thinking this is going to be a Sweden victory, but do I go 2 or 3-0? I'm thinking 3-0. I don't think South Africa will do too badly, but Sweden have got quality. And now the Netherlands versus Portugal. This is a big game, especially for Portugal. And if Netherlands don't win this, they've got to potentially get something against the USA, who they have next. Netherlands not in their prime, Portugal on the rise, so this will make for a very interesting game. I think Netherlands still have enough though. I'm going for a 2-1 victory. Then France versus Jamaica. Jamaica have got some experience from the last World Cup. Hervé Renard's back for France. Well, he's not back. He's joined. I'm going to go a 4-0 victory for France. Next, we get to see Italy versus Argentina. I think this will be a close game. I think we can't be too sure what Italy are going to show up. Argentina have mostly had some good results on the run up to the World Cup. Did lose on penalties to Venezuela in some kind of friendly competition. Not an easy game to predict. I'm going to go a 0-0 draw. But I have more hopes for Argentina. I've got higher hopes for Argentina to go through, to be honest. And now we're almost at the end. Let's look at Germany versus Morocco. Germany not looking as good as perhaps my prediction, my bracket prediction video, my tournament prediction video was building it up to be. And they're up against a Morocco side who hosted the last Africa Cup of Nations, knocked out Nigeria, one of the most successful teams, possibly the most successful team, and then lost in the final to South Africa. Germany still have the quality with Magul and Pop. I will go with a 3-0 win. I don't want to over or underestimate Morocco too much. I think they've got potential to do something in this group. But I think 3-0 is about right given Germany's quality and their form being okay. Brazil versus Panama. Obviously, Panama got here via a fairly easy playoff route against a Brazil team who have been improving lately compared to 4 years ago. Let's say it will be a 4-0 victory for Panama. And now Colombia versus South Korea. This will be not an easy one. South Korea have been looking better than 4 years ago when they went to lose all 3 games of the World Cup. Colombia come into this game having, I've not checked their recent fixtures, but they got to the final before losing to Brazil in the last Copa America. I think they're possibly the second best team in this group, so I'm going to say a 2-1 win. So these are my predictions overall. What do you think? What are your predictions? And see you in the next video where the Women's World Cup will have started.